Hello, and welcome to the Teen Times video lecture. Today, we're going to look at the Teen Times, issue number 562. The section we're going to look at is Debate, Hot Issues. And the title of the article is Television versus Books. My name is Vincent, and I will be your instructor today. Okay, before getting into the topic of debate, let's talk about the article first. The article is comparing television and books. But how are they different and how are they alike? First, my first point, benefits of television. Television is something almost everyone has in developed nations. Some people spend hours watching different programs. It has brought our favorite things into our living rooms. There are many opportunities to learn when watching TV as well. But look at my second point, perils of television. Some people just watch too much TV. This leads to a sedentary lifestyle where people can face health problems later in their lives. There are also many programs and TV shows that are just trashy and can cause harm in people, especially the younger generations, the young people. So that's TV. Now let's talk about books, the importance of books. The article also highlights how books are important. This is undoubtedly true. People learn reading, comprehension, and cognitive skills through reading books. Many studies state that reading books make you smarter. This statement brings me to my next point, books overblown. Many people have also stated their strong opposition of this idea that books can make you smarter. They state that the overall benefits of books are overblown. They are exaggerated. Some believe that books leave very little to the imagination and they're not that informative. So, my last point, there has been a long dispute. Television versus books. This is a long disputed argument. If you had to choose one, which one would you honestly choose? So, here is a hot issue of debate for today. Let's read it. What is superior, television or books? It's pretty straightforward. It's a pretty straightforward question, right? What is my stance? What is my opinion? I believe that in today's world, which is the 21st century, television is by far a superior medium in every aspect. Let's first talk about television as its own entity, right? Television by itself. My first point, easily accessible. A television is very affordable. People can watch many different things on TV as well. It is very easy to use, and with the touch of a button, people can get a lot of information just by sitting down and listening and hearing. My second point, variety. There are many different shows available to watch on TV. There is a great variety of programs and shows, such as comedies, dramas, sitcoms, thriller-themed shows, and movies, also educational shows, news, and there are so much more. There are plenty of news channels also that report on current events. Satellite TV also gives you even more channel choices. So there's a lot of things you could watch on television. Television is also informative. There are so many news channels on television. News is reported every single day on television. CNN, MSNBC, Fox are just a few news channels, in America that is, that tell you about current events around the world. People can stay connected through television. One example of informative TV is cooking. Cooking has made a big name in television. Reading a recipe from a book and trying it can be risky. The food may not turn out the way you want it. But if you see it being cooked and the whole process is shown to you on the screen, on the television, and also shows you the process of making it, and also shows you the end results, then people will be more successful in the kitchen. My next point, TV reflects society. Some say that some programs on television is just utter garbage. It taints the mind, and it's just not good. Reality television shows is one guilty pleasure people have. Reality shows. One reality show called Jersey Shore, I don't know if you're familiar with this. This show depicts adults drinking, partying, getting in fights, and doing promiscuous things. In my opinion, these shows are very tasteless. However, it does say something about our society, both the people in the shows and its viewers. The people in the show are real people, like you and me. So, the ones in Jersey Shore actually do exist, and that's who they are. These kinds of shows also tell us what people these days like, which is very fascinating in a sociological standpoint. And my last point, education and entertainment. Many educational shows and channels are on television these days. There's Discovery Channel, the History Channel, and National Geographic. In the morning, some shows are targeted for young babies, and they teach them different skills. Television also has many shows that become big hits. Some of them are deep and philosophical. Shows like Lost, Grey's Anatomy are some example of very entertaining shows that moved people. The Simpsons is also a very popular show, and it has been running for over 20 seasons and is very entertaining. Television almost defines our society. Putting television in a negative light is surely unfair. People who do this are just patronizing others. So now let's compare television to books. In this slide right now, I'm going to explain why television is better than books. The first thing, television enhances the viewer's experience. When reading, you only use the sense of sight, and it's not even seeing something that's real. You are seeing something in your mind, something that you imagined. Watching television or movies, on the other hand, use a sense of actually seeing something right in front of you, also hearing, and sometimes actual touch, feeling. Especially nowadays, they're coming out with the new 4D theaters where your surroundings shake with the movie. When you see delicious food being eaten, sometimes you can taste it or smell it through your sensory organs, sensory glands, right? Of course, the same can be said for books, but in television, it is much more vivid. Television also leaves more to the imagination than books do. When reading books, you have to use your imagination. We all know this. However, most things are explained and then usually in detail. When books or novels are adapted into a movie or a film, many times people say that the book is much better. This is because books explain things more thoroughly. This is why movies make the audience use their imagination more. It takes imagination to the next level. People can fantasize about what they have watched and interpret things in different ways. Movies like The Matrix have left people making connections and analogies to history or current events, present things. Books also make text come to life. Movies, television bring text to life. That is what I meant. For many shows, and especially movies, the production comes from somewhere, right? A film comes from a screenplay, which is written. A show or drama comes from a script, which is also written. So aren't televised programs just taking text, which is basically books, and bringing them to life? They use actors, colors, and actual scenery that you could actually see, which is much better than just imagining it. Remember, When I said television leaves more to the imagination, well, it can also work the other way. Television can potentially have more information than books. A book can tell you what a setting is like, but showing a setting on a screen or a monitor is much more detailed because you can see every little thing. A book may tell the reader there are certain trees around, but if you see a tree on TV, you can see every detail about them. How they are slanted, what color are their leaves, how many trees there are, how far apart they are from each other. Television also provides the viewer with more comfort, with effortless comfort. Reading a book takes more effort than watching television. It is a sad truth. We live in a lazy world where we try to find the easiest way of doing things and the most convenient solutions. If someone can attain the same skills and knowledge by doing less work, why wouldn't they do it? Television is also very relaxing and comfortable. And my last point, technology. Television is part of technology, and technology must move forward. To not support technological advancement is ridiculous. I am not saying books are obsolete, but they are inferior to television. Who says television can't teach you how to read? It can do everything books can and more on top of that. Many people are visual learners, so television would help them become more learned. What do you think? Television or books? Of course, there is no right or wrong answer, just a persuasive and passionate one. Choose a side. Make a convincing argument with someone you know. Now, that's the end of today's lesson. I hope you had fun. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.